Well, here we are once again with the continuing saga of the Harley Benton Nashville Nylon that I had a problem with. I actually got one at eBay and I couldn't get it squared away, so I ended up making it a monument to my dog, Harley Bright, and hung her on the roof. So that worked out okay because I really like that. Now I ordered a new one directly from Thomas in Germany, and it showed up and it was playing a little funny. So I've gone on and examined it and found that there was injury to the piezo pickup, and I'm waiting for them to send me a new one. But here's how it all came down. So sit back and relax and we'll go through the saga. All right, we're getting to go back to work on the Nashville again. What we're going to do is spend a little bit of time and take a look at the piezo again. Well, we're back here with the Nashville again, and I'm going to take another look at the piezo and see if I can do something to make a bit of a repair with it. I've loosened the strings up, and that's come off very nicely. I'm very disappointed that this is a plastic nut. I thought it would be bone. It's not. I've got a replacement, but I think it's going to be too short. And well, it would work. But that's going to raise the string height up again, and I got to grind it down if I'm going to use that. So I don't know if I'm going to do that or not yet. I may. I just may go ahead and do it because it won't take me a minute to grind it down. Maybe I should, but I got to do a repair. I got to do something with the piezo because there's a big piece of metal on the piezo itself that is exposed. And it shouldn't be. I don't know if I can get this out without taking the strings off. It's going to break my heart if I got to take the strings off. I didn't want to get that far into that. So, the hole. I think you can see the metal's exposed there. And that's, I think, what the problem is. Oh, you can't see anything there. Let me zoom. Let me get my super zoomer. If you see right here, you can see the brass from the metal part of the piezo that's exposed because the top part has peeled away. See, that's supposed to be covering that whole piezo, and it's not. And I think that's what the basic problem is. So if I can, there we go. Now maybe I can raise this up and put a cover on there. I had an idea about what I might be able to do, but I got to get the piezo out. So I have gotten the piezo out, and if you look, you can see this is torn, and that's the way it came to me. I got a replacement piezo, but it's too short. I've texted the company and asked them about getting a replacement, and I sent them a picture that they wanted. So I've done that part. So what I'm going to do, I need something, I think, flexible. This is a piece of surgical dressing that I'm going to try to wrap around here. So I had this crazy idea that I could wrap a piece of dressing around this piezo. You see if I can get this up enough to measure it. I'm going to try to measure a piece and cut it out to cover that bad spot. I cut that a little too short already over there. That's too bad. But anyway, I'm still going to go on with my plan because I think it's a potential working plan if I don't cut the string underneath. This is a thing called Tegaderm, and it's used for dressings for boo-boos. If you got a boo-boo, you might get a Tegaderm dressing on. So I'm going to peel this away and try not to get it to stick to itself yet. Try to get it to stick to the piezo and hold that piece that's drifting in place. And I don't think that will interfere with the pickup itself. Now I just got to get my dressing thing to peel away because it looks like it's kind of working. Alright, let's get rid of that. I might end up with too much wrap, but I don't think that'll matter much if it holds that piezo in place. Let's cut away the extra. This is a delicate operation. Oh, I don't have my head in the way. I hope. Alright, so let's stick the piezo back down and see if we've done ourselves any damn good at all. Alright, so I got to get the piezo to sit down again over where it belongs. There might be too much dressing in there. It may be too bulky. It might just be a little too bulky. Maybe. I'm going to try to put this back in again and see if it'll seat anywhere near at all like it's supposed to. Because right now it still looks like we're up Schitt's Creek. Did I put that in backwards? No, I don't think so. It's just not looking to suit. Let's see if we can sit this down. It's going to raise the whole damn thing up now more than it needs to be. I don't know. I don't know. That may not work worth a damn. I may have totally interfered with the ability of the piezo to pick up, if you'll excuse the expression, any of the sound. All right, let's try this, see if we can get any kind of tuning. All right, so anyway, what I'm going to do now is tune it up to pitch and plug it in and see how it plays, okay? Okay, now, after that Band-Aid, literally, repair of the piezo pickup, I've got this plugged in right now to my junky little amplifier, my test one, and it's playing good. The fuzzy sound's gone away. And even if I change the settings, it actually sounds like a guitar. So I can see clearly now that the problem is the piezo pickup where the covering was stripped. The padding that I put on the piezo has changed the pickup. The height. I'd need to grind this down again. The plastic piece, because I got more bulk in underneath the pickup, you know. So the saddle is riding higher now, where I'd taken it down before. So I'm going to unplug it from the cheap little amplifier, and we'll take it over to the big guy and try it out and see how it sounds. And always remember, if anything happens to me, rescue my guitars first. Okay, now, after that Band-Aid, literally, repair of the piezo pickup, I've got this plugged in right now to my junky little amplifier, my test one, and it's playing good. The fuzzy sound's gone away. And even if I change the settings, it actually sounds like a guitar. So I can see clearly now that the problem is the piezo pickup where the covering was stripped. The padding that I put on the piezo has changed the pickup, the height. I need to grind this down again. The plastic piece, because I got more bulk in underneath the pickup, you know. So the saddle is riding higher now, where I'd taken it down before. So I'm going to unplug it from the cheap little amplifier, and we'll take it over to the big guy and try it out and see how it sounds. All right, I'm back live and in living color with the Nashville Harley Benton, okay, Nashville Nylon electric guitar. We've just done a repair on the piezo. Difference in the sound. This does play a little bright anyway, I think. I've heard other people say the same thing. So if you cut back on the treble and bring up on the bass, it's good. But it was sounding very fuzzy before. So I think it was that defective piezo pickup with the tear in it that was the problem. This is a unique guitar. It really, I don't think it would ever be my favorite to play. I'm not a great player by any stretch of the imagination, but I still getting a little bit of fuzzy sound. And I don't know if it's because of my chintzy repair. I'll be waiting to see if I can get a piezo at some point out of Harley Benton. I think they'll be cooperative. I'm waiting to hear back. It's the weekend now. So we'll see what happens. But I'm pleased with myself that I was able to figure out what was wrong, and I came up with a chintzy fix, literally a Band-Aid, to improve it. So we've made some progress. But again, this wouldn't be my favorite nylon guitar to play. Wouldn't be my number one. I'd rather play the Cordoba. I got a nice Cordoba Fusion that is electrified also. But when you play it acoustically, it sounds like an acoustic guitar. When you play it electrically, it sounds like an acoustic guitar that's been electrified, which isn't quite as good. Anyway, that's it for me for now. Thanks. I know this is long-winded, but you always have the choice to fast forward or stop. Thank you. Harley Benton.